Hello, my name is Fahim Ahmed and this is my research proposal. Here I am going to speak about my idea, what it is and how it's possible to make it happen. Thank you. So in this slide I'm going to explain what my idea is. My idea is actually to implement virtual reality into universities that are studying technology. So the reason I have picked studying technology specifically is because it is right at the start and VR is a technology based idea. So I thought that to make it start off, we should only do it one place specifically, and that should be people, well, universities that are studying technology. And then if the idea does blow up, hopefully go into better places, or well, more places. The reason I came up with this idea is because during coronavirus and even till now, when we went into lockdown, productivity, especially in classes, had gone down massively, and this is due to mainly going from face-to-face classes to online classes, and because of that, productivity went down a lot. But however, on the other side, things like games and stuff like virtual reality, which is a very new concept, VR, had gone up in productivity a lot. People have people enjoy it, people want to use it, and the main thing with virtual reality VR uh, is that it has your full attention. You put the headset on, use the controllers wherever, and it has your full attention for however long you want to play, whether it's games or anything else. And no matter what you're doing, you will only play that game. So I thought, why not add both of those together? Why not add VR, which productivity has boomed, into learning, studying, which productivity has gone down, and it's not as where it used to be, even now after lockdown. So that is my initial idea. So in this slide, I'm going to explain my aims and objectives. So the main research objective for my idea is to explore the possible use of VR as a teaching method into educational places like university and over time other places. I thought that it being VR being one of the new but one of the biggest gaming experiences that people love to get, why not add that into everyday life like learning, like teaching? So I thought that the actual objective here is to see if it's possible to actually achieve this, whereas there are um, little tweaks and a lot of legal regularities to get through, but I believe it's possible. My objectives to achieve this is to gather enough information about virtual reality in the first place, because it is a very new form of technology, and I'm suggesting it to get to the one place that has the biggest impact in young people's lives, which is studying. So, is it possible? Can it be done? Is what I'm trying to find out. I believe it is if it's regulated properly, the safety is there, the training is there for the teachers that are teaching it, the long-lasting effects. If everything is researched properly, I believe it can be done. So, yeah. So in this slide, I am going to explain my methodology um, for this idea. So the first thing is pretty simple, which is collecting data, which is the main like backbone to this idea. It's well, I'll probably use specific SDCLs like Agile, which would, uh, which would need to be used to deliver software to audiences, and it understands the good thing about Agile is that it understands different customers' demands. So whether after a few testing, if they have a few suggestions that they can give, it's easily doable, easily interchangeable. That's why I believe collecting data is the main thing, and this could be done with different SDCLs, um, but for example, Agile. It also allows teams to build customizable products with user feedback. So this will be a main priority for us when it comes to designing and implementing our idea, because it needs to be interchangeable, it needs to be malleable. Like if it can be changed on ASAP, it needs to be done. So yeah, and then I also believe that we will use volunteers and human participants to have a better outlook onto how this idea is possible. Um, it needs to be, I believe, if it's going to be done properly, it would need to be qualified individuals such as teachers, tutors, people with degrees to give honest feedback and what they actually believe, if it's possible and if it's doable. So that is the methodology of the idea. So in this slide, I'm going to explain the actual project planning. So the project planning is going to be long and tedious. However, it should be fun, which I could say. But so the beginning of the project would be the start of the first term of my final year, which is on September, and it will be finished by term 2 of the final year, which is about February, I believe. That gives a big gap to do as much as possible, see if it can be done with the right equipment, the right people, and the right planning. That is why I have this sort of project gap. It might need a bit of time, it might need less time. Won't know for sure until it's done, but that is the projected time scale. To actually put down the time scale properly, we'll probably use a Gantt chart, spreadsheets, to time everything, to see what needs to be done, what has been done, and put it all together. One of the main key features of the project is to make sure it can stay in the boundaries of ethical and legal. Now, this is a main priority for us, as it need because it is being established in a learning environment. It needs to be in a sort of well, it needs to be firstly legal and ethical to be used and to be of use when it comes further down the line. It needs to see if it can stay in the boundaries, as it is as VR is a new concept. Can it be implemented in something as legal and ethical as a learning environment? So that is what we need to make sure can happen. So this is the conclusion on my dissertation of this specific idea. So I believe that this topic is completely different from the rest. I'm not sure why it hasn't been done before, because I believe this idea it just seems so obvious. How can you not put one of the biggest mainstream gaming devices such as VR, virtual reality, which is like taking over the world, into something that productivity, something that that needs more attention, which is studying, as it has been going down massively in universities. A lot of pupils have been dropping out, so I believe that this idea can make it better for everyone. It's a win-win situation. I believe that this project is perfect for me, as it's interesting. It fits perfectly into what I'm looking to do personally, as someone who wanted to go into technology. I love gaming. I love have my own virtual reality headset. See, I've done it before. It's amazing. It's fun to do. So doing all this together, I believe it can be done. So I believe the question, how can you implement virtual reality into universities that are studying technology, will be answered when this whole investigation is done. But I believe it is possible, and I believe that it can be one of the best ideas best products going forward. So thank you for